Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I really do feel like we're heading to something really big. I woke up this morning and was going through my inbox, and I've got people sending me just thing after thing with great news and great things that are happening with XRP and great things with regard to how I believe the stars are beginning to align to create what I've called the perfect storm of economic conditions for a new asset class such as crypto to come in and just go completely crazy. So I'm going to go over that a little bit today. But first I want to give Von Crypt some credit. Von Crypt hits my inbox just about more than anybody, and he demonstrates that persistence pays off. And today he sent me this. This is another crypto exchange. Upcoming crypto exchange, BitInterPay, enters the global market with exciting features for users. Licensed by the laws of Estonia, uses features such as mobile banking, prepaid cards, payment processing, etc. Now, I haven't read this article, but I'm assuming they're going to be adding XRP, if not initially, eventually they will, because it's just a matter of time. So anyway, moving along. Now this was interesting, and I want to give some credit to XRP Research Center here at XRP Center. That's a definite follow. Look at this information that they have compiled for us today. Now remember, those of you that don't know, Xcurrent does not use XRP. Xcurrent is Ripple's software that does not use XRP. XRapid does use XRP for settlement. These are the exchanges. Now, as you see this, remember, at the beginning of this past year, when we had the run up to over $3.50, everything you're about to see, I believe everything you're about to see, was not in place. Now think about that for a minute. I could go over literally hundreds of things that were not in place last year in the run-up that are in place now. Real things, real on the ground, in motion things that use XRP and are planning to use XRP. These are things that were not there. It was just a pipe dream last December when we had that run-up. Huge things are coming. So look at this. These are XRapid exchanges. These are exchanges that are already using XRapid to help with liquidity. Bittrex, Bitstamp, Bitso, CoinsPH, SBIVC, exchanges that have confirmed XRapid integration is in the works. Quitix HQ, BitTrue Official, XRP Ledger Settlement, products able to settle on the XRPL today. XRapid by Ripple, Interledger protocol developed by Ripple, Coil, and W3C. Core to Settler developed by underscore R3. Products that will be able to settle in XRPL by 2019. XRP Tipbot and by Wheatsay. Moving along, more from XRP Research Center. XRapid on remittances. These are companies that are using XRapid for remittances today, using it today. Callix, Catalyst Corporate, Mercury FX. Will use by 2019. SendFriend. Are integrating it. SBI Remit, InstaRemit, TransferGo, ZipRemit, FlashFX, HDT, Currencies Direct, Cambridge Payments, Via Americas, MoneyGram. I wanted to make one note here. As I recall, I remember looking at Via Americas, and this is, as I recall, owned the largest shareholder of Via Americas, as I recall, don't quote me, but as I recall, is the World freaking Bank. Okay, look it up. I'm almost positive about that because I remember going over it. But look at everything. This is what Ripple has done really this year. This is all this year, people. I mean, I don't know how many different ways I can tell you. We're on the precipice of something massive. I mean, massive. Moving along, XRP. I think XRP Crypto took a little break because I haven't heard from him in a while. Japan's financial. We talked about this the other day, but he outlined it pretty good in this tweet. Japan's financial regulator has published the final report outlining proposed rules for cryptocurrency service providers to follow. They address areas like hacking, coin listing, financial and price disclosure, margin trading, and crypto custodial services. Now remember, folks, just about all of what happened last December rose out of Korea and Japan and that part of the world. They were responsible for most of the run-up in XRP's value. And these guys have just gotten their regulations in place. Those people over there love crypto and they love XRP more than any of them. Strap in, folks. Moving along. Okay, this is back to what I was talking about with the perfect storm. In the past, I have told you guys about what happened in the last time we had 2008, the financial crisis, and what Bitcoin was born. These digital assets had been in the works for years before that, but I've always said it was not a coincidence that the people's currency and Bitcoin and then XRP, these things were born out of the financial crisis in 2008. Remember, they did bailouts in 2008, and I believe that Cyprus and the countries, I've literally seen that the European countries, the banks actually have policies. I've seen the Bank of England policy. When they saw those bailouts happen, and they saw in the United States how the U.S. had to go to Congress and beg them to do the bailouts to, quote, save the world from collapsing, and then they bailed themselves out and nobody went to jail. When they saw the officials have to go and beg the U.S. politicians to pass a bailout, at that time they made the decision, never again. We will do what's called bail-ins. We will close down the people's bank accounts. The next time we run our country up in debts that are unsustainable and destroy our country's financial condition, we will shut the banks down, declare a bank holiday, and we will just shave a percentage of the citizens' bank accounts, and we'll just call it their patriotic duty to help save our country. And that's exactly what was done in Cyprus in 2013. They became the model for bail-ins, and now the world is starting to see what happens when you lop on debts from the financial crisis and you don't fix the underlying problem. And you're starting to see this in these markets, and they're starting to go crazy now that responsible things such as raising interest rates, when you should have gradually raised them 10 years ago, and they've kept them at zero for the first time in history. That is the most irresponsible thing that has ever done in the history of finance. And they have irresponsibly done that to cover up for the fact that they have created a real nightmare. And now you're starting to see it flash when you're watching CNBC and some of these financial channels. This time, they will do bail-ins, and they will do them on large scale. Write it down. I want to show you what happened. I've shown my audience before, but this is what happened when the Cyprus bail-ins occurred with Bitcoin. And this was back in 2013. It's not a coincidence that Bitcoin prices surged when they did that Cyprus bailout, because those citizens lost faith in their government. They lost faith in the people running their country, and thus lost faith in what their currencies were worth and where they should put their money, so that those people could not steal any more of it. That's what digital assets ultimately represent, is keeping these governments honest and keeping them from stealing from the citizens after they destroy the economy. So now I want to show you, I don't know if you've ever heard of a company called Local Bitcoins. Well, Local Bitcoins is a place where buyers and sellers of Bitcoin can be matched up locally. And they actually have a process where people can say, okay, they can post that they want to sell. they put their Bitcoin in escrow on local Bitcoins, and then the buyer can come in and pay for them, and it's not released from escrow until it's paid for. It's a way that locally that you can match yourself up with someone that wants to sell Bitcoins. Well, the reason I show you this is because Venezuela, look at the volume. This is a local Bitcoin would be a way that local Bitcoins would be a way that people, as a last way to get their hands on a currency that would actually have value when the fiat currency of that country has been destroyed, which is what's going on in Venezuela. Look at the volumes on local Bitcoin. Venezuela's currency has been destroyed over this year. Look at the volumes and where they are at. This is the 22nd of December. That's what happens. This is what happens when these countries collapse as a result of what their politicians have done to their currencies and put them in unsustainable debts. They eventually destroy their fiat currency. In comes digital assets. I want to finish by showing you something that's kind of right in line with that, but I want to give credit to my friend that sent me this at ECOSSEXRP1. Follow him. He's all over XRP and Twitter with providing good information. He sent me this article. Former Wall Street investor, big chance crypto's best performing asset in 2019. This guy that is a former hedge fund executive basically says what I've been saying for 8 months, and I'm going to read it to you right now. Travis Kling, a former .72 asset management executive, a hedge fund that oversees $12.4 billion in assets, said that there's a big chance crypto becomes the best performing asset in 2019. Travis Kling, a former .72 asset management executive, a hedge fund. That's a repeat of the first thing. I'm sorry, I doubled it. Crypto has this is what he says. Crypto has never existed during a bear market in traditional assets. BTC was birthed at the very beginning of the largest monetary experiment ever. Globally coordinated QE. Ending QE is causing pain. There is a significant chance crypto is the best performing asset class in 2019. And when he says ending QE is causing pain, he means ending what created all this, the bailouts, printing money, QE 1, 2, 3, you name it, all these bull crap, all this bull crap jargon that these central banks came up with over the last 10 years. They called it quantitative easing, all these stupid terms they came up with, and all of those things really just meant papering over the real problem and doing the responsible thing, the thing that you would do in your home. Well, ask yourself this question. When money gets tight around your house, do you turn to your wife and say, hey, the smart thing for us to do would be to go and let's get as many credit cards as we can and run them up as much as we can. That will solve our problem. Well, that's what the governments of the world have done for the last 10 years. And in the end, they will look to you and me to bail them out. But it won't be a bailout. It'll be a bail-in, like I talked about a minute ago. And I've always believed that digital assets and crypto will be the ultimate safe haven from that. And they know it. And I'm really, a part of me is amazed that crypto did get to the point that it is now, because now it's a real thing. And even the traditional financial people know it's a real thing. And it almost makes me believe, I mean, when Morgan Stanley's calling this a new asset class, what it really makes me believe is that these guys knew that they were going to do to the economy what they've done over the last 10 years. They knew that this was going to end very, very badly. And behind the scenes, they've been getting themselves parked in these cryptos in order to save themselves and to have profit and put themselves in a position where they could profit for these last 10 years and then profit when it collapses by being in crypto. That's what I really believe. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. and tell your friends and family that there is a big chance crypto is the best performing asset in 2019. Thanks for listening.